Yo, this virus is crazy, and a lot of us are literally just trying to figure out day to day what's going to happen next. Today I want to shift gears, and I want to talk to my current business owners as well as my future business owners, and I want to talk to you guys about, have you ever thought about the people who do very well financially that already have businesses? I'm talking about, and when I say do very well, I'm not talking about making $10,000, $20,000 additional each year. I'm talking about those people who are multi-million dollar powerhouses, people who have boats, like nice boats, people who can charter a jet. Have we thought about that? Today I want to get into, and I want to talk to you guys about a subject that's near and dear to my heart: procurement. Business owners that are successful with procurement, what they do, how they do it, and how you can do it with your business in order to help take your business to the next level financially. Let's get into this today. What's going on, guys? My name is Sean Harness, and I'm a business mentor from SeanHarness.com. I have a background in engineering. I have a mechanical engineering degree as well as an MBA focused on supply chain. I am from the east side of Detroit, for my Detroit people. What up, though? And I come from modest means. So when it comes down to finances, I was always taught for us to make do with what we had. I'm very passionate about economic empowerment and helping those that come from a background just like me in order to help take us to another level financially. So today I want to get on the camera to talk to you guys about just an area that I have a ton of experience in. So procurement. Procurement is a fancy word for someone who has experience with business strategy, finance, and business law. So what can you do as a business owner that's looking to get into procurement? So now I want to give you 5 unique elements that you can plug into as a current business owner or even a future business owner that will allow you to get into procurement and be successful. So number 1, the right relationships with larger organizations will open doors. And I'm talking about nonprofit organizations, for-profit organizations, corporations. If you're ever able to sit down and network with people that are essentially decision makers or have access to decision makers for those larger organizations, those are the organizations that have budgets. And when I say budgets, I'm talking about multi-million dollar budgets, sometimes billion-dollar budgets. I've controlled almost $500 to $600 million of spend in 1 year. So if you think about supplier or a potential small business like yourself that could potentially do business with someone that made decisions like myself at larger corporations or companies like that, $500 or $600 million a year, somebody's getting that money and they're eating very good off that money. Number 2, you do not have to be a government contract to be successful in procurement. I will talk about government contracting a little bit later in this video. However, you literally can contract anywhere. You can contract with a person. You can contract with a company that's $1 or $2 million in spend. You can contract with a larger company, again, that I just talked about, say $500 million per year in spend. Really doesn't matter. So at the end of the day, it's really about you figuring out what it is that you know how to do. You manage that business and you make money. Simple as that. Number 3, I always tell people that I mentor and that I have as previous clients that in business, if you want to be relevant, you don't necessarily have to be involved in politics. However, you should know a lot about policy. And when I say policy, policymakers are the professionals that control the dollars and the budgets that literally go into how we can eventually make change within our society. And so I'm talking about areas like education, food, health, safety. All of these elements are areas that policymakers that work within the government structure their budgets. And so when it comes down to you being someone who wants to make additional money at something that you're already doing, you need to learn how to plug into that policy. So what you're needing to do is find out where those dollars are and how you can apply for them, but within your company. And then that's where you begin to be a multi-million dollar company. Number 4, sometimes you just have to take a big risk. And when I say big risk, I'm talking about investment. So when it comes to making money, when it comes to being a successful business, you're needing to put in some level of investment. I don't care if that's literally putting money into structuring your company, if that's creating a website, if that's investing in assets. Again, assets are elements that you own that help make you money. Sometimes you have to make investments, and although it's a risk, you don't know if necessarily you're going to get that contract or you're going to make as much money as you say you can make. However, what you sometimes need to do is take on that risk, make that investment, because here's the thing. At the end of the day, the government benefits more from you being a small business, tax revenue, right, than you being an individual. So if you're an individual who normally makes $50,000 to $60,000 per year, as a small business, if you do it right, you can make multi-million dollars each year. The tax revenue for that, again, a lot more beneficial to the government than you being an individual alone paying taxes. Number 5, it's literally a snowball effect when it comes to contracting with the federal government. And when I say that, I mean that in a good way. Meaning that if you show up, you are able to get a contract with the federal government, do a good job, and apply again, they're going to be looking to contract with you first before they're looking to contract with someone brand new that has no experience with how the federal government does business. And I'll give you a few reasons why. The federal government is very regulated when it comes down to business. So if you procure services or do business with the federal government, there's elements that you need to make sure that you have in place. You need to be able to pay taxes. You need to be able to pass a audit, things of that nature. So keep that in mind if you contract with the federal government. And I think it's a good idea to do it. All you need to do is be legit. And lastly, so I know I told you I would give you guys 5 elements, but you know what? I'm going to give you one more. So number 6, I feel that it's actually just important to literally just start. Sometimes we have a hard time just starting something and pressing play. If you have questions, sit down with a professional or an expert like myself or someone else that can essentially just give you more information about an area that you're curious about. If you want to make more money, if you want to be successful, things of that nature, literally just ask questions. But at the end of the day, you just got to start. So I told you guys before we got out of here, I would talk to you guys about just a few areas that you can begin to research if you're looking to get into contracting and procurement. So DHS, or the Department of Human Services, they're always looking for new contractors or new suppliers to do business for them. Okay. The other one is grants.gov. And when I say grants, I'm not necessarily talking about just grants for a nonprofit, although those are some elements that you can plug into. I'm also talking about grants that you can plug into as a for-profit organization. Grants.gov, number 2. Thanks for checking me out today, guys. It was a pleasure just giving you more information about an area that, again, is near and dear to my heart, procurement. I feel that this is the key, and this is the area that we're going to need to focus in on as young professionals if we're looking to be business owners, but also be millionaires. If we're looking to be super successful financially, we're going to have to begin to contract and procure. When you get an opportunity, go swing by my website, SeanHarness.com. There I have a free 3-day money video course. It will allow you to think about areas within your career as well as in your business to be more mindful about finance decisions. Until then, peace out.